Welcome back, everybody, to the Andy McKenzie Career Mode series here on Madden 16. We pick up the action with Andy in this 5th game of the season, with the Texans taking on their division rivals, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's get into the first quarter with Andy McKenzie and get right into the action. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Here's a simple handoff up the middle as a flag comes in, which negates this 5 or 6 yard gain by Brandon Oliver. And it was the first-round pick, Fisher Roberts, who held. And he's starting now with Josh Hill out for the next 7 weeks. So here's McKenzie on 1st and 19, and there is Malcolm Riley downfield, continuing to lead this offense and make some of the biggest plays. A couple plays later, McKenzie chased on 3rd and 3, flushed outside the pocket, but eventually gets some running room, and a lot of it. Posluszny shoves him a bit late, but it's a 22-yard pickup and a first down. We haven't seen Andy run a whole lot this year, but he probably should be running more. Here he is back to pass and going outside. There's Fisher Roberts just getting a decent gain of 6 yards. And then we go to 1st and 10 from the 25. McKenzie with time, putting it up in the end zone, and again Roberts can't come down with it. They've tried to connect on those big plays and they're not happening. Roberts needs to step up now. He's a starter, so the expectations are going to be higher. McKenzie going his way again later, but he can't hang on. That one was forced as Jalen Strong was actually wide open in that same direction. So we're going to jump ahead to the second quarter. It's 10-3 Jacksonville. Look at this pocket for McKenzie, maybe the best he's ever seen. And he's able to connect there with DeAndre Hopkins, get them out close to midfield. And then on 2nd down, outside for Jalen Strong, and there he can't hang on. 3rd down now for McKenzie, looking for 11 yards. They bring the blitz, McKenzie gets hit by Telvin Smith, and that's the end of that possession. They weren't getting a lot going early on their own, but then Jacksonville turned it over, and McKenzie gets sacked again. They brought in Michael Brockers and Sean Smith with all that cap room. It's paying off for the defense. 3rd and 9, pressure again, and DeAndre Hopkins laying out for that one. Let's take a second look at it. He's there matched up against Sean Smith, giving the Texans a big first down to the 20. Approaching the 2-minute warning, McKenzie connects again. Hopkins to the goal line and denied the touchdown by Sergio Brown. Here's another look, again beating Sean Smith. They nearly got the touchdown, but goal to go from the 1. McKenzie makes an adjustment, and Brandon Oliver is in for the touchdown, tying the game at 10. That was not the Texans' last chance for points in the first half. 40 seconds on the clock. Look at this pressure. McKenzie on the run and hit from behind by Dante Fowler. We know all about the disruption he can create. That sets up 3rd and 6. From a clean pocket, McKenzie steps up and that gets knocked away by Sean Smith. And that's when he and Fisher Roberts get into it here. That's the end of the first half. Now into the 3rd quarter. McKenzie back to work in this tie game. Another blitz is sent. McKenzie outside the pocket. And Strong can't hang on again. The hit by Smith jars it loose. Let's go to 3rd and 11. McKenzie again with Fowler there. He gets away somehow. But all he can do is throw it away. There's not a lot you can do against a defense that can get consistent pressure and stick to receivers in man coverage. Let's jump ahead, and there's a forced fumble on Brandon Oliver, giving the Jaguars the football. This was a 10-10 game. Things were looking good for a while, but then the Jaguars made that play, went up by 7. Then McKenzie looked to answer. Look at the pressure again. He drifts all the way back just to buy some time to throw it away. 9 of 19 with plenty of throwaways. From the 20, inside rush, and a wide open Fisher Roberts on the outside as the Texans get 24. They still needed some consistency. It's 1st and 10, and there's a first down again as McKenzie connects with DeAndre Hopkins. They're getting close to field goal range, then a play action to Oliver. McKenzie has room on the bootleg, and he is going to run it here. First down and more, getting out of bounds inside the 25. That's 40 yards on the ground. He had 66 going into this game. And then pressure got there again. Michael Brockers and his big contract. That backs up McKenzie to the 31, and they weren't done. Another sack, knocking them back to the 37. All of a sudden now it's a 54-yard field goal try for Mason Crosby, and he pushes it wide right. Big missed chance at points on that possession, and Jacksonville followed that up with a touchdown. Third quarter coming to an end. McKenzie steps up and Fowler knocks it out. Recovered again by Jacksonville. Dwayne Brown's a great left tackle, but he just could not contain Fowler. McKenzie thought he had an opening, which Fowler immediately closed. Jacksonville had all the momentum at this point, and they scored their third consecutive touchdown. So into the fourth quarter, Andy McKenzie again on the move. Gets hit late. He was just trying to throw it away. Dante Fowler comes in again. The forced fumble wasn't enough. Now he gets called for roughing the passer, and he clearly deserved it. Look how late this was. So the team gives up 3 touchdowns in a row. Now a late hit on your quarterback. You have to respond somehow, even down 21 in the fourth. There's Malcolm Riley helping do just that. They get into Jacksonville territory. And then McKenzie again getting outside Derek Marks. He puts on the wheels, gets a couple blocks, and here he goes up the sideline. Finally brought down inside the 15-yard line, 74 yards on the ground. That one goes for 34, but they have to get into the end zone. Again, McKenzie gets away from Fowler and is brought down by Telvin Smith at the 8. 3-wide formation on second down. McKenzie hits Roberts over the middle, and it's his second time throwing a pass down to the 1. They call in the goal line personnel, and McKenzie sneaks this one in for the 1-yard score. And if my disorganized notes are correct here, that's his 10th career rushing touchdown. But still work to do, down by 14. Then it's Jacksonville football. By the way, Niall Davis there, NFL leading rusher, but Yeldon was getting in on the action on this possession, and Jackie Battle scores the touchdown, so they just answer right back. A 21-point game again, and McKenzie sandwiched in the backfield. Derek Marks records the sack, so 3rd and 12. What do? Just put it up to the playmaker, and he does it again! Malcolm Riley deep downfield. Andy with a clearly different approach since that late hit. Then off the play action, that is Andrew Corliss inside the 10. Can they find the end zone once more? 3 wide receivers. McKenzie steps up and into the end zone again, his 2nd rushing score of the game. Maybe that late hit by Fowler really did spark something in this team. But is it too little too late? They again cut the lead to 2 scores. Then the defense does their job but use all the timeouts in the process. 1:17 to go and McKenzie is sacked. No one can block Derek Marks. They're now approaching 60 seconds. It's 2nd and 18. Good protection. Lob outside, and there's Fisher Roberts extending for the first down. They get to the 49 now, inside a minute to go. And again, McKenzie downfield. Roberts inside the 10, outrunning everybody for the touchdown. The rookie with a big jolt on this possession. McKenzie's 3rd touchdown since the late hit by Dante Fowler. He gets another hit on McKenzie. But this is the response from Andy we wanted to see. Now the onside kick was recovered then by Jacksonville, and they kneeled out the clock. It was a good game for a while, then it turned into a lopsided Jacksonville blowout. Their entire team just had hit after hit on Andy McKenzie, and then that late hit by Dante Fowler was the final straw. And I can't wait to see these 2 teams take each other on once again, and hopefully McKenzie is ready to get some revenge and beat the Jaguars next time. But it's going to be a while until that next matchup. We're going to jump into the next game now. Well, some of that late game momentum helped carry into a game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 teams at 2-3, trying to avoid falling 2 games below 500. The Texans return home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and let's get into this one. We're going late first quarter, and it's 7-0 Pittsburgh. A slow start offensively, and McKenzie off the rollout here again sees his chance to get some big yards on the ground. What is with these huge runs up the sideline? This blocking downfield never seems to set up as perfectly as you would think it could. But on these last 2 occasions, we've seen McKenzie get these huge running lanes, and there's a 45-yard run putting them in field goal range. And Brandon Oliver gets hit in the backfield, making them settle for the field goal. Let's jump ahead in the second quarter, 7-3. Houston inside their own 10. McKenzie again stepping up, breaks out of a sack. He has open receivers, but just throws it wildly at nobody. That's what happens when the stamina gets depleted like that. Pittsburgh then added another touchdown. It's 14-3. Flag down and a wide open Andrew Corliss. Looks like a big play as Corliss gets knocked out of bounds near their 35, but it just all comes back. They call holding, and they get Justin Pugh that time. So a couple plays later from the 31, and McKenzie goes outside to DeAndre Hopkins as they do ultimately get into Pittsburgh territory. Can they do anything on this possession? 2.5 minutes to go, 3rd and 4, and McKenzie connects with Fisher Roberts, who had his first career 100-yard game in the previous matchup. Hopefully that catching rating goes up. 2nd and 18, now McKenzie in trouble again. Gets outside, puts it up, and the pass gets picked off. Jeremy Miles on the interception. Here's McKenzie just trying to do a little too much. 2 receivers out there and floating it a little too far for Malcolm Riley. Pittsburgh didn't add any points off of it, but it's another McKenzie turnover. He follows it up with a drop in the bucket there to Malcolm Riley. That time he connects. They get down to the 24. 50 seconds to try and find the end zone. McKenzie then on 1st and 10 over the middle, and Hopkins loses it. They call it a fumble recovered by DJ Swearinger. Back-to-back turnovers, and it's another lackluster scoring output as we go to the second half. And to keep Pittsburgh's offense only to 14 points through the first half is a pretty decent achievement considering Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger, and there are more names. So trailing by 11, McKenzie trying to get those big plays still, and that goes off the hands of Jalen Strong in traffic, setting up a 3rd down and 8. Strong and Riley to the left, and McKenzie again for Strong, but unable to hang on. The shoulder delivered by Sean Weatherspoon knocked it out, and that led to Pittsburgh scoring 3 more points. A 14-point game then later in the 3rd, and McKenzie again taking off. This is becoming a big part of this episode. 66 yards in this game so far. Both of these games easily surpassing the previous 4. And then on 3rd down, the pressure gets there in the form of Arthur Moats, and McKenzie can't do anything. Now we're into the 4th quarter where the offense took off last game. McKenzie lobs, and there's DeAndre Hopkins with a spectacular grab on the outside. 2 plays later, it's 3rd and 3, but pressure gets there again as McKenzie gets clobbered in the backfield, and that forces 4th down. And the Texans keep the offense on the field. Off his back foot, Hopkins with the catch. That's a 1st down for Houston. McKenzie again trying to spark the offense late. A little zone read here, getting outside Shazier, but still not getting the 1st down. They have to go forward again. 4th and 1. The fullback's turn, and he just gets enough to move the chains. They have to find the end zone for the first time in this game. Another big blitz, and McKenzie has Hopkins again. 1st down and goal. Now they just have to finish this possession. Here comes Hopkins in motion. House blitz, and McKenzie gets it away to Hopkins for the touchdown. 17-10. On another Andy McKenzie touchdown despite all that pressure. Once again, they've waited quite a while to make the offense productive, but this time they have a much better chance of winning. It's a 7-point game, 3 minutes on the clock. McKenzie has the football, rolling out. He sees an opportunity, and Strong makes the catch downfield. They're back into Pittsburgh territory trying to go and tie this game. Good protection, lobbing again. Riley with the separation. He's just too fast for 99% of corners. So they get inside the red zone. Another blitz, lobbing, touchdown, Fisher Roberts. That's a nice touchdown there by Andy. Just a little bit of touch is all that took. Dropping it right into Roberts, tying the game at 17. But then Big Ben hit a few big passes, and then Le'Veon Bell grinding down that clock. Sets the Steelers up, and Dexter McCluster scores the touchdown. Meaning McKenzie has to go and tie the game again. No timeouts, 45 seconds left. Here he is rolling and connecting with Malcolm Riley on the move. No timeouts, they have to hurry up. 31 seconds on the clock now from the 47. Again outside, caught by Hopkins inside the 40. They're going to give themselves a chance. With only 12 seconds left, they have to go for the touchdown. McKenzie puts it up. It gets tipped and picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the Texans drop their 3rd game in a row. Another late game comeback attempt comes up short. They then kneeled out the clock and it ended up being a safety, so the Texans get 2 more points. Maybe it helps with the spread, but that's it. The Texans drop another game. They're now 2-4 in last place. This is unfamiliar territory for Andy McKenzie. When he went to Minnesota at college, the team improved behind him, and the same happened in the NFL with the Texans, but now it's really the most adversity he's faced as far as just dealing with losses. So what do the Texans have to do moving forward to get back in the win column? Next episode, they take on the Baltimore Ravens in Week 7. But what do you guys think the offense needs to do to be more successful in more than just the 4th quarter? Let me know down below in the comment section. I want to know what you guys have to say. Please leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, and subscribe for more Andy McKenzie Career Mode to come. I will see you guys next episode. Have a great day.